Straight to the moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a human. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some bitty now. Everybody, long the Ponzi. Everybody, long the Ponzi. Everybody, love the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin back, alright.
Alright indeed, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin chart show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. So today's date is Wednesday the 30th of June 2021. Let's begone. Here we go. Right, so moving from left to right, we've got Coolcoin, Bcrash, Bitcoin, which is the original protocol, which makes it the true Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin. And then we've got Amory's, Fisher Price, Elementary Cash on the end there. What a joke that is. So before we start, we'll just find out why we call it Coolcoin, and Pete McCormack will explain that for us. Take the floor, Pete.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Exactly, it's nothing like it. It's not a commodity. It's not a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's why we don't call it Bitcoin. It's Coolcoin.
It's a completely different project.
Exactly, it's nothing like Bitcoin. You've had the segregators. You've had the signatures segregated, which basically brings under the control of Blockstream, which converted it from a commodity to a security, which crashed its fundamental value to zero. But they were telling everybody to not use it anyway, so therefore it doesn't matter if it has no fundamental value. They were adding things like replace by fee and child pays for parent and Lightning Network, and just basically effing it up.
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Yeah, not to Blockstream and not to BTC, because their project has nothing to do with Bitcoin.
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
He'd be driven out by pitchforks, just like Gavin Andresen was, because they don't want the Bitcoin original protocol to exist.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What? Like it wasn't before? Did you even read the white paper, Pete? Let's have that one more time.
Into the project, Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? Because it didn't sound like it to me. And Bcrash, so Roger, tell us about that.
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, Roger, you buffoon. And what do you say to all those multinational companies that do billions, if not trillions, of dollars of trade on an annual basis, and say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct global trade and international commerce?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, like that's going to work. And here we've got Bitcoin. Oh, hash rate moving in the right direction, 0.7%. Right, so let's just have a quick word with the creator to find out what he wants from Bitcoin. So, Craig, after you've designed this phenomenal system that is basically the world's first ever commercial internet, the backbone of the new financial system, can you tell us, what is it you want from that? What are your expectations of Bitcoin?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
Sounds good to me, mate. Sign me up. I will stick my foot in and help it along. But when you strip everything down, is that sort of like what it comes down to? As just like obviously the price is going to represent the increase in the value. Is that it?
That's it, and that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Loving that. So network nodes 1.5, transactions 47.7, winning. Block size, look at that, absolutely smashing it, 73.49. Beautiful. Right, before we have a look at these block sizes, we'll just have a quick chat with Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor, when we're looking at Bitcoin, can you sort of tell us, what is it we want?
Big blocks.
Yeah? What size?
$100 million chunks.
Nice one. Whereabouts?
On the blockchain.
There we go. Let's have a look at these big blocks then. So, and calling out megabytes, 113.226, 765, 16.24. Well, relatively small for Bitcoin today, but that's all right. Let's look at Amory, still struggling to get all of his blocks over a kilobyte. What a joke that is. And Bcrash, how many blocks do they have over a megabyte? 1, 2, 3. Is that it? And CoolCoin, have they actually filled their puny 1 megabyte block sizes? Yes, they have. All right, never mind. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. There we go. Proof of work by network, again, CoolCoin, Bcrash, and eCash will all fall into their own footprint because they're Ponzi schemes. They'll crash overnight just like Ponzi schemes do. Bcrash Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? Now we're getting into the decent figures. Look at this. It is 32,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin, and it's cheaper than any of these other shitcoins. It is literally a phenomenal system. Oh, look at this. Same mining profitability on Bitcoin as it is CoolCoin. Wow. So daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's have a look at this on the proportional chart. Look at what? Shot up now, it's come back down again. That's alright, that would have been Tal, but still absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Love it. Love it. So winning. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning. Fees. So this is actually fees in the block, but Bcrash have got a problem here because their increased fees do not correlate with increased transaction volume, so that's a problem. Same with SirToshi's. Same with block reward ratio. So this is fees in the block to block ratio or to block reward ratio. We'll monitor this over time. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Where are we now? Look at that. Absolutely going parabolic. So the chain is, extend that a bit. We're now at 396 gigabytes in comparison to CoolCoin. It's still really on a 358. Dear, oh dear, not looking good for them. Let's have a look at this. Yep, 40 gigabytes in front. So CSW could just tell us what we can expect from Bitcoin in the future.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
Massive, almost the entire chain in one block.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Nice, that'll do.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Amazing. So the rest of it?
That, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Amazing. All derivatives, complex trades, high frequency trading, everything that happens globally. Literally everything. I mean, imagine having a high frequency trading companies actually on the Bitcoin network, which is what will happen. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right, let's carry on with the politics here. Global hash rate 7 days. Yeah, global hash rate 24 hours. Changing obviously because of all the mining hubbub that's going on at the moment. So that should reflect CoolCoin. Yeah, pretty much the same there really. And Bcrash, what a joke that is. There's no fundamental value in that protocol. It's absolutely worthless. And Bitcoin, look at that. We've got Binance trying to squeeze on there. Look at that. Via BTC turning up the heat. Good to see SV Pool on there with 4%. Nice. But look at that. Binance can't help themselves. They're desperate for some. They must be depleting their supplies. But the only reason they want some is because the only thing they know is price manipulation. And they need to increase their stocks in order to dump it. Dear, oh dear. And Amory's coin. Oof. Yeah, that looks horrendous. But again, the protocol in this coin, no fundamental value. And the protocol in these two, no fundamental value. Only Bitcoin has any value whatsoever. So normally what we would do is look at the short positions. But because Bitfinex is offline, we can't do that today. If Bitfinex built their network on Bitcoin, there wouldn't be any need for maintenance. There wouldn't be any need to close down. Oh dear. Can you imagine having all of your shitcoins on Bitfinex and logging on this morning and seeing that? would you not be a little bit concerned? Where are your Bitcoins? Where are all your shitcoins? Oh, they're held on the exchange. Well, where's the exchange? It's gone. Which means your coins have gone. Oh dear. Not looking good, is it? So let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Here we go. Refresh this page maybe. Where are we? Currently showing 19 transactions per second. Shout out to Arcade Rob and Keith Fellows in the house. Thank you for joining me this morning. Whoa, look at that. So for any newbies joining us, the vertical rectangular blocks at the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network, and they are recognized instantly the moment they're broadcast, because the network is an ultra small world mandala network, which means as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it an ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It just means the network formation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks. It is a fantastic network. So let's go back here then. So once the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, place the transaction within a block, and then put the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. Check this out. So we've got this 86.95 megabyte block, and in the highlighted rectangular box below that, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees of currently $47.45. So we'll just let Laura Shin explain the significance of these fees in the block in a moment, but before we do that, we'll just check charts, see any movers and shakers. No, that's all right. Always worth checking. Always worth checking. Right, so take the floor, Laura Shin, and explain all this to us. Here we go.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer 1, because the number of layer 1 transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer 2. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple of halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer 1 transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer 1 to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's been purposely restricted to 7 transactions per second at the most, if all the stars align. You're lucky to get more than 4.6 transactions a second. What a joke. Do you honestly think 4 transactions a second were meant to financially maintain all of this lot? What a joke. Let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. So Bitcoin now with 12.8%. Oh, that's all right, of the overall transactions on the entire shitcoin market. But we'll just have a listen to the CTO of Ripple explaining that XRP is a load of crap, so we can count that out.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply of XRP?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
Remind me to look up the economic theory of being up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Let's have that one more time, David.
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
What a joke. And Ethereum explaining that they knew they couldn't scale.
It scales somewhat.
It hardly scales at all.
Plans or initial we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Yeah, money grab then. What a joke. Let's have a look at transactions. 24 hours. Here we go. 3 years on a log curve. Yes, that is Bitcoin in the purple. Absolutely phenomenal growth. Beautiful. Scaling testnet. We're just checking the figures here. Yep. All right, still the same. Always worth looking. Terranode with Steve Shatters. Take the floor, Steve.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Amazing, Steve. Let's hear the disclaimer.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
Amazing. Let's listen to the timeline.
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
Amazing.
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve Morelike. Shout out to Arcade Rob saying, I want to grab also large amounts of BSV. Yeah, I wish we could all grab it. I'll just grab it. There we go. Trends.cash, TDXP back in front now, ReallyX in second, giving them a run for their money. 30% for them. Run Protocol by apps ranking by performed action. CryptoFights on 29%. All looking good. No longer just a weather app. And Crypto Quant. Yep, the exchanges have been cashing out of their BTC because they know it's worth absolutely jack shit. And the reason the price has gone up is because Tether has done enormous amount of printing to sort of counteract the selling, but the selling has caused a squeeze in the supply, causing a squeeze in liquidity, which has produced this massive bubble. It's really not looking good. What's on chain? Good question. What is on chain? Here we go. Estimated next block size 4.72 megabytes. Memory pool usage currently 7.3, and the circulating supply of BSV genuine Bitcoin 18,774,425. Beautiful. Joho's memory pool. So this is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is an actual swimming pool, which is what BTC probably looks like. There we go. What a joke. And we can see what the devastating effects that has happened to the payment networks. But before we do that, let's just have a word with Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, and his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. And look at the median transaction fee on CoolCoin, $4.18. What an absolute joke that is. And the median transfer fee on Ethereum, 72 cents. So what do you say to that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Really? So what's 72 cents a transaction then? Care to explain yourself? Oh dear. And so have a look at our own shit show. So what do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
Yeah, it's not looking good, really, is it? So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it, CoinGecko? 64. Ooh, that's all right, you know, better than nothing. Let's have a look at BitPin quickly. Oh, money flow per hour. It's gone up to 72 cents. Nice. 51 countries. All right, very nice. Morning run, trade volume good, 9,204 people. If you're buying any of these shitcoins here, they are illegal security offerings. They have not been registered with the SEC or the FCA. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Just stay away from it. Let's have a look at the depth chart quickly. So we got 5.9 million bids versus 6 million asks. That's all right. Price taking a bit of a beating. All these dirty traders cashing out after the spike in the price after the default court hearing award. So normally we would look at prices now, but because Bitfinex is offline, we can't use Bitfinex. So we're just going to have to go straight to coin crap. So we've got Core Coin 34,572, down 3.75 in the last 24 hours. Not looking good for all those shitcoiners. You know, they're going to be spewing. Give that, still up on the week by 0.3%. Down on the month too. Down on 3 months by 40%. Still up on 6 months and 20%. But you know, who cares? Who cares? It's a joke. I mean, like, Ethereum's a joke. Tether is a joke. Binance Coin is a joke. Dogecoin is literally a joke. XRP is a joke. Polkadot's a joke. They're all absolute joke shops. But let's have a look at Bitcoin here. Where are we now? Down 8.9%. So after the court case, all those dirty traders been shorting it, and they can just do one. Just do one. YouTube, so 597 subscribers now. 33 in the last 28 days. Let's have a look at my videos performance. Here we go. So 51 views so far from this morning's video. 88 from yesterday's chart show. Where's the women of BSV? 151 views on that one. All right, nice. And let's have a quick check of Kurt Wattuck and CoinGeek. Oh, can we search for this? Yes, got it. Beautiful. Videos. Where is it? Stephen Matthews, 5,500 now. 5,000, almost 5,600. Nice, loving that. Let's have a look at Streamality. Still 290 followers. Made 60 cents on yesterday's video. Hopefully that'll improve. You know, fingers crossed. Anyway, still moving in the right direction. Better than nothing. Twitch, so still earned $107 on Twitch. Try earning that on Twitter. And let's have a look at Acorn Stacks. Here we go. So Twitch new users 17. Oh, that's going down. Jeepers. Oh, never mind. 422 followers. Got another one. Thank you very much. And Twitter. Here we go. Let's check out Ruthie's tweets. Wait for this to come up. Ruthie's, man. Here we go. And her tweet is now 965. There we go. 966. Twitter always taking it away. Check out our man Satoshi. Is it 80,000? Oh no, 79.4. And let's check out stablecoin printer. Any USDT printed? No, look. Oh no, it's a true USD. That's a load of crap. Binance USD. Would you believe it? USDC Circle coin. Look at that USDC. So one scam follows another. Will Bitfinex be up online or not? Who knows? That's gonna be my thumbnail for this show. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, indeed. Let's bring it up, shall we? Just to rub it in for all these shitcoiners. Right, there we go. Shout out people in the chat box. Thank you for following me. And we are now up to date with the figures. Hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.